instance, an EH vowel and a UH vowel out here, but you can tell the difference if it's an AH vowel, because that's too far away. So what we're looking for is the one that remains close. IH, for instance, is really close to EH. We haven't even had one of those today. We haven't even talked about one of those yet today. Okay, I'm not sure she really uses them much, but we have to be aware. And I think that's the biggest thing that I want you to understand about your improvement is you need to be aware that something is coming up, and all of page 1, there's a ton of those vowels that want to naturally come forward. So your job is to make sure that they do not do that. Have you ever watched the Blue Man Group? You ever seen the Blue? Okay, one of the things that I don't know if they still do, but that they used to do is they used to put themselves like inside of a bag or something, and then they would push out of it, and you would see all these different, they would make all these different shapes depending on when they pushed, where they pushed against the fabric. Okay, and it reminded me when I saw it, everything reminds me of vocal production. The whole world reminds me of vocal production. But it reminded me so much of what happens vocally when we come offline. When we aren't singing the same way on a full line, it's like it goes and pushes out. And suddenly what becomes predominant is that thing. Okay, which is sometimes not the word you meant to become predominant at all. So it can be very, very weird. And so we don't want anything to just jump out. We want everything to be in the same line all the way through, okay? So that's what we're talking about, okay? When we go on here, we need to fix something, and that is, we stopped at measure 28, which is the bass love with the other 3 parts going on love afterwards. Now, I think I've said this to you before, but I want to make sure that I say it again. The chord that is most likely to go out of tune is always the one after a pickup. The first chord after a pickup is always suspect, and always one that we should pay attention to. So we need to pay attention to that, the first one after a pickup, okay? And that's what's happening here. So we have this taking a chance, and then the basses go on love, and the chord on that the upper 3 parts sing is out of tune, okay? And baritones, I think it's you.
No. Where are you? You don't sing.
Measure 28.
Yeah.
Basses don't sing. Oh, yes, we do.
You have a bass pickup
Yes.
that goes on love, and then we have everybody else singing on and love, okay? And baritones, it sounds to me like you're going straight across, or simply not making enough difference between the 2 notes, okay? On love, it can't be on love, it's gotta be on love, on love, on love. They have to be exactly the same. Okay, each of those notes have to be exactly right, or it will make for this little mess right there. Yes, ma'am.
Are you saying that after the basses go on love, we have to be careful of our next word, thought?
No, I am talking about the top 3 parts coming in after you.
Oh, after, I see, not,
I'm talking about the chord on
okay, got it.
that the top 3 voices sing. Okay, so that chord, you guys, is out of tune. So we're going to go back, and we're going to go from here I slide again, okay, which is the bass pickup, and once again, the chord on here can be an issue, except that on this one, we have an octave between the basses and the tenors at measure 21, and that helps us hold that chord together. Okay, so when we go to here I slide again, it's not so much of a problem because there's wonderful octaves in it and helps make it right. However, it can be a real problem down here on 28 when there is no octave in that chord. So there are two kinds of chords then that we're talking about. We're talking about a triad, which is what we're doing in measure 21, and a seventh chord, which is what we're doing in measure 28. A triad is when two parts are doubling. There's an octave involved. So there's technically only 3 notes in the chord, right? But in measure 28, it's a seventh chord, means everybody has their own note. There's a 1, a 3, a 5, and a flat 7 in that chord. And what we need is to make sure that every one of those notes is correct. Those are more challenging than the triad. The triad is easier to do, okay? Because we get a little help. So we're going to start with the triad one in measure 21. You ready? Pitch, please. There's your note here, and that's tenors. There's your note when you come in, right? Here, here. Ready? Here.
A 1, 2, 3.
Here I slide again. How to take that ride again. Oh, so starry-eyed again. Taking a chance on love.
Okay, now, baritones, would you sing that by yourself, please, with the basses? Baritones and basses from here.
1, 2, 3.
Here I slide again. How to take that ride again. Oh, so starry-eyed again. Taking a chance on love.
That's definitely right. On love. Make sure that love and on are not the same note when you sing it. Okay? So somebody's late to the one on love, but make sure that it's on love, that it's absolutely right. Okay? Would you add the leads, please? From Here I Slide Again.
A 1, 2, 3.
Here I slide again, about to take that ride again. Oh, so starry-eyed again, taking a chance on love.
Yeah, leads. What's your first note on on? On. And then you go to love. Would you sing that for me? On. Good. Again. Together. Good. So what's the target vowel of the word O-N? Ah. And what about love? So what is it? It's Make sure that they're different. Make sure we can tell the difference. Okay, would you add the tenors, please, from Here I Slide Again? Your basses be right on that.
1, 2, 3.
Here I slide again, about to take that ride again. Oh, so starry-eyed again, taking a chance on love.
Okay, tenors, would you sing your on love? On love, on love, on love, on love. Now, I want you to know that the only tricky thing about this is the on note. Okay? Which should be a B flat, but it's a B natural. Okay? So instead of it being on love, it's on love. Doo-doo. So the interesting note in the on chord is in the tenor part. Okay? Bop, bop. So let me just say this. It used to be in female barbershop that the tenor never sang anything other than an octave with some other part or the major third, which are both notes that have to be sung high. So everything about the tenor part, when you joined the tenor section, was sing everything high and light. Everything high and light. No matter what it is, just singing high and light. But guess what? That was the flat 7. And the flat 7 tunes down.
You sit on it.
You just tuned it down a little. Well, we don't normally have to tell people to tune down. Okay, but the tenor part is so used to tuning up that they will absolutely go on love and teach and do both of them up instead of on love, on love, on love, on love, which means the interval between on and love is bigger than you think it is. Because you have to go down on, and then you have to get back up to love, where it's supposed to be. Okay? on love. So you're going from the flat 7 on to the third of love. So you're down on the first one and up on the second one. On love. If the tenors don't know that, they won't do it. Because they will assume they're both thirds and go, on love, which then puts the baritones and the leads out of tune. Now we're all tuning the wrong direction. Okay, everybody's going up instead of at least one part going down. So the reason I'm saying that is that the newer the arrangement, the more likely it is that the tenor is singing some interesting stuff now, rather than just singing the major third and the octaves. So you need to go through the part tenors, you need to look at the music. You need to look at it and see if you have something interesting in here. And if you do, it almost always has an accidental on it.
I was gonna say, it's almost always an alternate.
Almost always has an altered note. It's changed somehow, okay? So you have to look for those, they become important. Okay, having said that, now, we're gonna go on with, remember that in measure 27, the word take and chance are both in that measure. You did pretty well with it. Chance was better than take. All right, let's start with I thought. This is the lead pickup into measure 29.
I just magically assume it'll come from her. A 1, 2, 3.
I thought that cards were afraid.
Good. Basses, you're going to the octave with them. There it is. There's the note. That's your note.
I'm in the purpose. 1, 2, 3.
I thought that cards were a frame up I never would try.
Okay, cards and frame. Okay, do that again. Cards and frame.
1, 2, 3.
I thought that cards were a frame up I never would try. But now I'm taking the game up and the
Okay,
ace of-
I heard you get game, but by that time you'd already sung it. But I heard you go, oh, rats. Yes, you're right, game, there it is, okay? And ace is also one you're gonna have to watch for. Ace and game,
In every song.
I know, yeah, in every song.
So
Sorry.
it's basically like long vowel sounds.
No, it is not, it is anything that goes right and forward. That means A, I, E, A. So they're not all long out vowels, no.
Okay, thank you.
So it's EH for ace?
Yes, you're gonna have to change it to EH. Okay? I love baritone minds.
I know.
They just say, insist. Well, then is it this? Yes, yes it is. Yes. I like the way, I really meant that. I did not mean that sarcastically. I just love, keeps the rest of us right on track the way it's supposed to. All right, let's do it one more time. I thought. Cards, frame, game, ace.
A 1, 2, 3.
I thought that cards were afraid.
Leads, do that again.
1, 2, 3.
I thought that cards were a frame up I never would try. But now I'm taking the game up and the ace of hearts is high. Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now.
Okay, stop. I keep thinking this and not bringing it up. This has nothing to do with the vowels that we're talking about. Basses, you're trying to cram a breath in front of your IC, of those quick little pickups that you have like that, those little eighth note pickups. You need to stop doing that. You have one in 22 and you have one again at 38, okay? You need to stop trying to cram a breath right in there. That's not gonna work. It's just causing a synchronization error, okay? Figure out a stagger breathing spot later, okay? What I would do is sing through it and take a breath right after it, okay? But you can't, please do not cram a breath between now I see and again about, or any place else in this song where it comes up. There's 3 of them. Now there's another now I see, okay? Just don't do it. It's not going to work. It will only cause a problem. Yes.
I think we're not in unison the way we're singing it, and that maybe an issue too. Like I'm still unsure of the timing of.
Okay.
Like
So the things are mending now, I see.
it's not basically.
Things are mending now, I see. Yep. Things are mending now, I see. You know how I figure it out? I turn the diphthong on now, and then I go right into I see. Things are mending now, I see. Okay, and that tells me when I have to go. Okay, just
There's
turn the
also a
diphthong on the
tendency
held
in
one.
those E words like here and see to spike out.
Yep.
Because like you're proving it to us. I know what the rhythm is, I see, and what happens is exactly what we've been talking about here. I see, when you spike it up, you change the space. So all things support keeping in the upper lower limits.
Now, I happen to know that, hang on one second. I happen to know that your director thinks of herself as a part of this chorus, not separate from it. But I want to change a language thing, okay? I want it to be we, us, our, let's, instead of you, okay?
Yeah.
I know that that you don't mean it as a,
Oh, you mean I
Me
keep
against-
referring to say you are doing
Uh-huh.
that? Oh.
but I want you to change the language and say
Oh,
we.
okay. Yeah.
Okay? It's a funny thing how easy it is to separate as a director from the rest of the chorus. She lives 3 hours away from you. You know, it's a long way. It's you don't get to you see her for sure on rehearsal nights and at all these things, but you don't spend the normal amount of time that you would with the director who lives in the area. Okay? You just don't get that same stuff. So we have to do everything possible to make sure everybody understands that we are a part of what's going on. Okay? I hope that you will notice that I don't use you do this and you do that. I say we do that because I mean all of us. I don't mean all of us in this room. I mean every sweet Adeline probably I know. We all have the same issues, my friends. As I go from chorus to chorus to chorus to chorus, it's the same issues all the way around, depending on the level. So sit down for a second, just take a moment. I want to talk to you about something. I did a class this last year that I needed to write for Region 31 in England. And they were asking me about the vocal production differences between the different levels, between the different judging levels. What are the vocal production issues, differences? And I actually had to study that. I had to think about that and sit down and go, okay, what is that actually? Okay, at the C levels, we are being introduced to the concepts of barbershop. This is how barbershop goes, this is how it sounds, this is what we do. We don't call it a choir, you know, we call it a chorus. With all that kind of stuff, we call it this, we do things this way. We learn about what your right outside arm is, and things like that, down the tiles. We start to learn the language of barbershop, why we say things this way. We learned that there is such a thing as an overtone, and that's one of the reasons that we like barbershop is because when we make one of those, we really like it, even though we don't have any idea how we did it.
Well, audience too.
Yeah, and you find that that love of performing that you used to have, like in high school and things like that, that comes back. You find you're doing something for you. We find ourselves experimenting sometimes with parts. Sometimes people come in one part, and in the first year they're actually singing another part because they could sing the other one, but it's better to sing this one, and that happens. Okay, people sometimes have more choices. So we're all introduced to all of that, and we're introduced to the vocal production concepts of breathing correctly, okay, at least half of the people who joined Sweet Adeline's breathe backwards. At least half. How many of you had to learn how to breathe the right direction? Me too. We had to start over and go, oh, what do you mean this comes out? I was told never to let this out. This is like fat girl out. And that you want me to just leave it there for people to see? Blah. Yep, so it's a lot. It's a big change, especially for those of us who were raised, you know, like with the book on the head and the standing up straight and the holding the gut in and all that stuff, you know. Learning how to sing without tension, all that kind of stuff. At the B levels, we start learning about application of all of the things that we've learned, and we start looking for consistency. So application and consistency are huge at the B levels. It's, do I know how to apply these things? And then not only do I know how to apply it, but do I also know how to do it every time? Okay, especially without being told. Do I have to be told, or can I catch it? Maybe you'll catch it right after you do it, but you'll catch it. And then the next time you do it, you'll catch it before you do it, right? The first time it goes by and you go, well, rats, that, I heard that, but you heard it. And that's where you are. You're hearing it, and you know something's wrong, but you don't always know what it is or how to fix that. And that's where you are as you struggle through these 3 levels of these. Okay, you're looking for, do I get it? Do I understand it? Number 2, can I apply it? And number 3, can I apply it with consistency? Okay, B minus, do I understand the concept? Okay, do I understand it? Okay, B levels, do I get it? Can I apply it? B plus levels, I got it. Every time it happens, every single time it's the same answer, I got it. And, by the way, at the B plus levels, I can do it and do dynamics.
Dance.
And dance. I can do all of those things without having to just focus on that one thing. So one of the differences then between B and B plus is the ability to depend on it. You don't have to think about it anymore because this is the way you sing. So that takes repetition. And that kind of repetition does not always come in chorus rehearsal because we very seldom get enough repetition to turn it into a habit. Because there's a limited amount of time. There's only 3 hours. And even that's not really 3 hours. By the time you get warmed up and get started, it's probably, and do announcements later and all that. If you're lucky, it's probably 2 hours and 15 minutes worth of singing. Okay, and sometimes we just don't get enough repetition. So where do we get that repetition? At home. At home, or in the car, or in somewhere. So let me tell you that you do not need an hour at a time to work on these things. You need 10 minutes here and there. You need 10 minutes to say, I'm gonna go through this song and I'm just gonna look for those vowels. Just make sure that every one of those vowels that would normally wanna go and splat at me, that I have it. That I have every one of them. Just gonna take 10 minutes to do that. You don't even have to sing it. You can even just look at it and go, okay, that one's going to, and that one's going to, and I'm not going to let that happen. Okay, I'm in charge of what my voice does. I will do it. I'll make sure. Okay, it doesn't have to be 30 minutes even. It can be 10 minutes twice in a day.
Not when you're driving.
Well, some things you can do when you're driving, but some things you can't because you don't want to be distracted, right? But you could warm up your voice a little by doing, you could bubble. You could sing something on a single vowel and just so you could just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. You could play, depending on how you're set up in your car, but you could play one of those little car toy things that we send out that we say, okay, here's a recording from measure this to this, practice this in your part, and you could play that over and over. Or you could play it a couple times, then sing it over and 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 over. Okay, do you guys ever do car toys?
No, don't have any idea what that is.
Okay, so what it means is that the section leader says, okay, we're having trouble with, like, we just talked about, a place where the baritones might be having some trouble, or something,
Measure 44.
okay, so in measure 44, that's right. So in measure 44, when it comes up, we'll have a happy ending now, takes a chance on love, love on love. Okay, baritones going between the first note and the second note. Okay, we're gonna have to work on that. So what she could do is, as the section leader, she could go home and she could sing baritones. I'm gonna sing you from measure 43 to measure 45. And so she would go, taking a chance on love, but whatever, and sing it 3 times for you and mail it out. That's a car toy. Yep.
Yeah, I just did that the other night, but I didn't know it was called a car toy. So,
Good, but
what
as
it
long
is,
as
it's
you're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, and those are the kinds of things you could put on repeat in the car.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know, just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. Not try to do the whole song, just do those measures. Okay, just get those measures right there. Just put them where they're supposed to be. Get them fixed. Okay, because sometimes we learn something the wrong way and then we have to go back and learn it. And that is really a pain. Hate that. Did you know that the part that is more likely to sing run notes than any other part is the lead?
Damn those guys.
It's actually, when you come right down to it and you fix the basses and the baritones and the tenors, because you're pretty, you know, right, you're thinking, it's gonna be one of the harmony parts. It isn't, it's the leads. It's the leads. So can I just tell you a funny little story that reminds me of, my husband and I went on vacation. We were going up to the very upper part of Minnesota, which is where his mother was from, to see family up there. And we passed through around Lake Superior going up, and there was a men's chorus that Dale decided, that was rehearsing the night we were staying there, and he decided he wanted to go, my husband. So we went over to this men's chorus, and I'm just sitting, you know, in the audience doing the wife thing. And the director was working on a section in the song, and he was working it and working it and working, and it was not right and not right and not right. And I knew the answer, and I thought, shut up, Kim. Shut up. And finally I couldn't stand it. And I said, excuse me, and he turned around and said, it's the leads. And he said, it is? And I said, yeah, it goes like this. And I sang it to him, and he turned back, he went back, fixed it, and he turned back around. He said, you're in my car. I said, pardon me? He said, my wife's a sweet Adeline. When she finds out that you are sitting in my rehearsal tonight, you're in my car. I know your voice. I know you. You're that lead.
That lead.
That lead. He had no idea what my name was or anything, but you're that lead. I said, I've never had anybody say, you're in my car. Anyway, I could not help myself. Sometimes you have to help, you know? And I was glad that I did, because I was right, of course. It was one of my favorite things about men's barbershop is I really like the sound of good men's barbershop, and I detest the sound of poor men's barbershop. Because when it's poor, it is really abysmal. When it's not good, it is really, really not good. And that is just so not fun.
I used to say that the best men's chorus is better than the best women's chorus. And the worst men's quartet or chorus is worse than the worst women's chorus. So the women are better at being bad than the guys are.
Well, that's because there's not many of us who are bad. One of the things I found about women's quartets is we don't sing in public if it's not good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to.
That's why.
We don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want it to be bad. We don't do it. The guys don't care. They just go. They just go. Okay, so if we're going from measure 40, we're going from, wait a minute, things are mending now. Okay, measure 37, you can stand back up now. Okay? There's an octave on things, and of course, this is the one that doesn't, this is one of the ones that does not have a bass pickup. There's no pickup on this one. Okay, so we're gonna go, things are mending now, I see. Basses do not take a breath between ing and I see a rainbow, yeah. So basses I would sing, things are mending now, I see rainbow. I would drop up. See rainbow blending, whatever it is, blending now. Yes, ma'am.
I just have a quick question about that now at the end of measure 38. The basses turn the diphthong at the end of the third beat so they can do their IC pickup, but the rest of us need to continue on and not turn the diphthong to the end of the measure. Is that what we need to do, or do we want to turn with the basses?
The basses should not turn the diphthong.
At all.
Oh, now there's a curveball, okay.
Uh-huh. The basses do not turn the diphthong between now I see. Oh, I just told you before you had to for the timing, huh? Now I see. You have to do it twice. You have to do two
Okay,
turns.
so that's okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Because, yes, you do have to extend it. Basses will have to turn the diphthong
It
on
would be easier to go into the IC without a spot.
without, yeah, they'll have to turn it in order to know the timing of IC. Okay? And don't get too militant about that pickup.
That was a
Okay?
good word. Oh, me?
Yeah. Don't let anybody get you too militant about it.
Okay.
Okay? It just rolls one right into the other is what it does.
Yes.
It just rolls. Was that a question you had for me? Was that for me?
No, I
Leanne?
didn't, somebody?
I'm looking at your name badge, but I can't quite see
Had
it.
her hand
No,
up.
Lou,
Heidi?
no,
Me?
Laura,
Yeah,
did you come over with a question for me?
No, I would get a
Oh, okay. Yep,
But I have a question for you. So the vowel on the word now, is that an ah or an
it's an ah.
It is an thank you.
No, but it does turn.
No.
On the word now. Yes, that makes good sense to me. What is it?
Kim,
On the word now.
is,
We're looking at measure 42. Make sure everybody's at the same measure. Yeah,
now, the vowel, I'm hearing now.
yeah, that's
Too much.
wrong.
And so you're
Yep.
saying it's a UH?
Yeah,
No.
now, 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 now,
Okay,
now. And it's a 90-10 turn.
that's the one.
Now, not an 80-20. Now, it's now. You spend as much time on the now as you possibly can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? The same thing would be true of measure 40, of the now and measure 40. Go ahead, ask me.
I'm hearing ow, A-H.
As long as you go up, it won't make any difference. As long as you're going, no, no, no. What you perceive and what I'm doing might be two different things. But as long as I go up with it, we're going to agree. No, no, no. I got to tell you, I'm doing UH going up, and what you hear may not be that.
I feel like if I did U-H, it would be no, no,
No.
That's an
So
O.
wait, that's
no,
no.
no, like no.
No, but try and say nut into it.
Now, 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 now. Don't go down, go up. Now, now, now. What you just did was fine. All right? I don't want us to make too big a deal out of this. Okay, you ready? Things are blending now. Baritone, sing measure 44 correctly.
We're mending, not blending.
Oh, yes, we're mending. We're mending.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a
Do that again.
1, 2, 3.
Things are mending now. I see see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now, taking a chance on love, yes.
Okay, baritones, would you sing that for me, please, from Things Are Mending?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now, taking a chance on love, on love.
Love on love, love on love. That it?
Yeah, it's that on, that's a minor. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a flatted,
Just make sure that you're going down on the middle note, not up.
I have a huge circle around this.
Okay.
Already.
Love on love, love on love.
That
What?
was the wrong note. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Love, oh, love. Love on love,
Yeah.
love on love, love on love. Right? Yeah, just don't go love on love, because that's the wrong direction. Don't go up on the middle note. Love on love, love on love. So I'm taking the middle note and I'm making it closer to the last note.
I was thinking of this down and dirty.
Okay? Okay, good. Let's do that again, please, and we're going on. I thought the cards.
All 4, right? All skate?
Yep, all skate.
1, 2, 3.
Things are mending now. Sorry, I'm starting at 37.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now, taking a chance on love, yes. I thought cards were a frame up I never would try, but now I'm taking that game.
But now,
Yeah, wow.
but now. Yes?
Also, we changed a part in there, it may not be in that sheet, where the basses and tenors, ooh,
Yep.
are
Right,
oohing,
right,
not singing.
Measure
That's
45.
I didn't hear the oohing, that's why I was asking.
Measure
It
45.
may not be in our
Okay.
sheet.
That,
49.
the lyric on 45
Uh-huh.
is awkward for the tenor and bass. We can
Yeah.
never get it to work
Oh, yeah,
or
okay.
get it to be heard.
Okay.
Their lyric is different, so.
I
it's
thought
suggested
cards were a
just do it,
frame up.
which works just fine. They just have to remember to do it.
It's
Okay.
new, it's very new.
I have a question about that. Well, does it
Uh-huh.
end before frame up or after? The ooze.
The oohs are before frame up.
You say frame.
We say frame.
Yeah, ooh, frame up for the tenors and the basses. Okay, so can I hear the middle voices do it, please, then? Start at Things Are Mending Now, and I want the leads and the baritones only, please.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now, taking a chance on love. Yes, I thought cards were a frame up I never would try.
Okay, so baritones, I just need more sound on the notes that are all under the lead.
Oh, okay.
Okay, everything that's under the lead is a little light. So the reason I could tell it was because when you started at 37, it was good. Things are mending now, that was really good, and then it got up to, I see a rainbow blending now, we'll have a happy, and then all of a sudden it's like gone.
Oh,
Because
because
it's
I was
higher.
singing it in head voice, but you don't.
Well, no, head voice is good, I don't have a problem with that, I think that's fine. But when you do that, and when you come back down, I need to hear you.
Oh, okay.
So when you come back down under the lead again, like at, I nev, would, nev and would, okay? Those are gone. It's like you're not in existence. Frame and I, it's like every other word is underneath the leads.
Okay, and can I just clarify though, because on, look at measure 41 and 42,
Yeah,
so we're on an A and they're on a C, so we're under the leads, but I find.
you're over the lead.
No, we're on an A and they're on a C.
You're on an F.
Happy?
You're on an
No.
F.
Those are the bases.
At 41. You're on an
41,
object with the
happy ending.
basis.
We'll have you.
Are you at measure 41? We'll have a happy?
Am I not sing that as an A?
She's at the end of measure 41.
Happy ending, the word
Oh, you're in happy, okay.
ending.
Happy is underneath the lead,
You're right, but I'm singing that in head voice, is that not okay?
as long as it's full enough, it's okay.
Right.
And that section is, we have a little slight lower volume, less volume there.
Yes, okay,
And, but we need to be present, is what you're saying.
yes,
Yeah.
yep,
okay.
yep. I think you're just, the ones you're missing are the ones that are under the leads. Okay, so you're singing the whole line in the same voice,
Okay,
when in fact, some of those notes are under the lead part.
that's fine.
Is the lead too loud?
No, the baritone's not big
Not
enough.
big enough.
Just not there?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
out front, okay.
And that means you'll have to slow that down and look at it, because it's going back and forth between under and over.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have to slow that down and look at it and go, oh, I get it. Because when you start that measure, you're over, your first note is over, under, 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 and then it, and under, and then it, yeah, those are all under, and then it goes over, under, under. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Under, 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 over, under. Major second, over, under, over.
Holy cow.
So-
Welcome to the baritone part.
Yeah, going from head voice to mixed voice to head voice to mixed voice, maybe carrying some of the head voice into the mixed and not making that adjustment.
Right, so it goes out of balance slightly, because it's going under the, just keep in mind that there's that protractor running straight across all those lines, right? And as you go back and forth here, between over and under, this under thing needs to be bigger, because the cone is bigger down there. Right, so you're going from lighter to bigger to lighter to bigger to lighter to bigger, even if it's up high. If the lead is still above you, it's still you that's gotta be bigger than they are.
Yeah, I understand that concept.
Yeah, I know you
My
do.
question was when we are in our higher notes, like that A,
You can use your head voice, absolutely, but remember that you must still be able to fill that space.
okay,
If you can do that in your head voice, then you're fine.
I'm working on it.
Okay, well then. Okay, you ready? Can we go back for one more time? Things are mending now, or we're going, what we're heading for is frame up and, oh, I never heard the basses and the tenors. I'm sorry, I need to hear the basses and the tenors starting at 37. Things are mending now.
1, 2, 3.
Things are mending now, I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now, taking a chance on love,
Yeah, basses, love on love. Don't throw that middle one away. It isn't love on love, love on love. We want to hear that motion. Okay, everybody's in, please, from 37.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now, I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now, taking a chance on love, I saw cards were a frame up, I never would try. But now I'm taking the game up, and the ace of hearts is high.
Okay, baritones, you really need to look this over from 49, okay, about when you're over and under, because you're just flipping on like every other chord, okay, and you need to be more flexible in that, in measures 49 and 50, through 52, because you're moving all over the place, okay, so we probably need some baritone, we don't need to do it today, but I need some baritone lead duets. Just a little duet work right in there. Can we just try it once? From, I want baritones and leads from, I thought cards were a frame up. Yes, I thought cards.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, I thought chords were a frame up I never.
Leads come in at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I thought chords were a frame up I never would try. But now I'm taking the game up and the ace of hearts is high.
Yeah, you see, it's all over the map.
Yeah.
It's just all over the map, okay? So you're doing it, but you're not doing it at the time. It's kind of like afterwards, so like, and here you're going, oh, hey, that one's over, that one's the wrong one, okay? One of the things I want you to stay aware of is that you have a regional champion baritone standing here, okay? And it would be a really nice idea if you took her, I mean you, okay? And did a little work together, like a little outside section rehearsal work together, because she can help you figure out some of that part technique stuff that just goes by so fast that you're just not quite doing it. And when we learn how to do it, especially when we first learn how to do it, it gets really choppy. The delivery of it starts to get really choppy. And then you have to go back and learn how to smooth it out and still do the part technique. Because the lead line does because it does that. So if they're doing that, somebody has to be doing it upside down. Right? And it's going to be the baritones who are doing what the lead is doing, but upside down. It's like Dancing with Fred Astaire, only backwards. Ginger Rogers did it backwards, did everything he did backwards in heels, right? So we wonder sometimes which one of them is actually the better dancer. Okay, so the same thing is happening here, except that in this case, the baritones just need a little bit more work with that, Trish. If you would do that, that would be a nice little thing, okay? I know you're saying bass, but it's not like you don't know how, okay? I do like using people who know how. It seems sort of strange not to. Let's just use her up. Okay, so I'm still looking for vowels that are popping out. So let's take everybody, please, from the yes, I thought cards were a frame up, and let's go to the end and see what happens.
That's 44. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I thought chords were a frame up I never would try. But now I'm taking the game up and the ace of hearts is high. Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now. Taking a chance, I took a chance. Go take a chance on. Let's take a chance on love. On love.
Good. Now sing me the last chord. Let's flow the pitch. So we're all on that. We're in A now, right? Okay, everybody on the last chord. Love. Okay, let's do that again. Think about that. Okay, basses and leads. Baritones. Tenors. Okay, now that's an odd voicing.
That is a really bad voicing.
No, it's just odd. It's not the one we love best, okay? But nevertheless, because it's got the high fifth, and we tend to take the low fifth instead of the high fifth, so the baritones are up high instead of doing the other way around, okay? Actually, the tenors have the fifth, don't they?
Yeah.
No, we
Yeah.
have a third, and it's really,
Oh, yeah.
We have the third one.
Yeah, baritones have the third, that's what I meant, tenors have the fifth. And that is an odd voicing for us to do. The high and light usually goes to the tenor, like I said, high and light goes to the tenor. All right, so baritones, you really have to learn high and light. Okay, you have to figure out where that's going to go. Okay? If Joni Beskos were here, she would rewrite that.
I was just saying, let's just rewrite it.
I would rewrite it, I've been wanting to rewrite it since we started the song.
Lift the,
That would put us on the E and them on the C sharp. But it won't sound the same.
Well, it will sound the same. Okay, so the only two parts that have to change notes for a second is the baritone and the, so just, don't look at the chords here for a second. I want you to sing something for me. I want the leads and the bass to sing the octave, okay? In A, so I need the pitch. Leads and basses on your octave. Baritone, sing this note. Love, tenor, sing. Good, now take a breath and sing that chord. Good, now, basses and tenors, sing that note. Basses and leads. Baritone, sing up there. And tenors. Good, now tenors and baritones switch notes again, so basses and leads. Tenors. That's the difference in the voicing, that's the way the chords sound different. And that's why she would walk in the room and say, that is not good voicing for women's voices, okay? Whose arrangement? Oh, it's Ed Waishi's. Yeah, it's a guy's arrangement, and they do that. They can do that. They also double the fifth, which is something that we don't do. I've only seen the double fifth on very rare occasions when there's a passing tone and you really have no other way but to get through that. If it's held, the only time I've heard it done is on Are You Lonesome Tonight by Nancy Berkman. And she doubled the fifth on the word lonesome to make the sound lonely. To make the sound more lonely. So she colored the chord by doubling the fifth. And it's very cool. It just sounds vacant. A double fifth sounds really vacant to us because we don't sing it. Okay, we never do that. We double the minor third or we double the root. That's pretty much what we do. So, do you have a preference, my darling over there?
I think it would depend on how we get into it.
That's right.
That,
That was my next question.
we were going
That's right.
from, taking a chance, I took a chance. If we started from, measure, like we'll take it from 53, but by the time we get to 63, 62, we now have to be, the tenors and baritones now have to start thinking about, where am I gonna go? I'm gonna stay here. They probably could keep their note in 64, but then switch, or do you have to go back even further?
I would suggest actually that the tenors, this is just my thinking about this, on the words on at measure 64, that the.
Yes, see, the
baritones
chord,
sing
the
F.
first chord of measure 64 is the chord.
Right, but let me just finish.
Uh-huh.
So I would suggest that the baritones sing the F that the tenors are singing, but an octave lower, and the tenors sing that, what is that, E? F A, the A to G.
Oh yeah,
A to-
reverse the parts.
Yeah, just reverse the part starting from the
Give the
word
tenor
on.
the baritone
It would
notes
be
and give the baritone the tenor
so much
notes.
simpler for us to get into it. It follows the notes progression if we made that switch on the word love. So the word love, we're already on an E natural. So if we switched, that would just be simpler for all of us to sing at least, and I believe the tenors as well, because they start on a C sharp, then they would take that C
Okay,
natural.
stop.
I'm sorry.
Stop. No, that's all right. You made your point. You were absolutely right. If you switch the baritone and the tenor parts, you just switch their notes from on love, measure 64 onto the end. Everything stays the same. And they're already voiced for it because of the note that's in front of them in measure 64.
Yeah, I don't have a preference one way or the other. Actually, it's the same notes with slightly different parts, but they're appropriate. appropriate, um, treatments, and then, you know, anything that makes it easier to sing.
Yes.
Linda?
Okay.
As someone who stands in front of the tenors, I can tell you, I think it would be better in tune if we switched those also.
Well, it's really, it's a high place to have to go to at the end of a song. You know, especially if it's not the post. If it's the post and the tenors have it and they just hold it, it's a whole lot easier to hold it and hold it in tune than it is to move around it and then try to go back to it. It's a slightly different thing. Okay, so baritones, do you see what you would be doing then if we're just gonna switch notes? You'd be singing in E natural at measure 64 on the first chord, and then you would go to an F natural on the word on, and then you would go back to the E flat on love. You would sing E natural, F, E flat. E flat, E natural, E natural, F natural, E
Right.
on love.
So we don't sing two notes on, we only sing on.
That's right, because you sing exactly what the tenors are singing.
Right. Except an octave lower.
Yep. Tenors, that means you sing in measure 64, you sing the C sharp, then you sing a C natural move, you're gonna go, then you're gonna do the on. So you have the C natural move into the B on the on.
Yeah, you get the tiddly this time.
And you go back up to the C sharp.
Can someone play that on the piano?
It's gonna sound the same.
Well, listen, we're not talking about doing it right this second,
Yeah, we'll have to work on it.
okay? We can absolutely make this easy for you, okay? So, we're gonna talk about it. We'll talk about it like at lunch, okay? And we'll see if that's what we wanna do. We'll play through it, make sure that it works. If it works, then we might do it right after lunch and make the change, okay?
Yeah,
But
we
let's
could-
not take the time now to do
Maybe
it.
somebody could, during lunch, could notate it, take a picture of it and send it out.
Yep. So I've written it on this page, so we can probably just find one that's got less stuff written on it. This one is very busy,
It's very busy.
got a lot of stuff on it. Anyway, so, would you start please at, we'll have a happy ending now at measure 57. What time did you want to start for lunch? Did you want to stop at
What time is it?
12:15.
almost 12:15?
It's 12:15. Probably 12:30ish. Does that work for you?
So let me just finish this up then, and then we'll stop and have lunch. Would you start please at measure 57?
Do you want us to switch the parts now or later?
Later.
Thank you.
Sing the notes that are on the page right now. I want to hear, we'll have a happy ending now, because I can't tell if you have a breath between 58 and 59. Do you or do you not have a breath? Okay, then you need to make sure that that doesn't happen, because it sounds to me like you're running out of air. Okay, and then measure 60's got some tuning issues. So let's start at 57, please. Wait a minute, start at 53, it'll be easier. Things are mending.
Yeah.
This is the second one, last page. Stand up, please.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now. Taking a chance. I took a chance.
Okay, stop right there. The notes on I took a chance, okay, are out of tune. And I think part of it's because I hear, I took a chance instead, I took a chance. Why aren't you in head voice when you say that? You're up really high, Lee, you should be in head voice.
Absolutely.
I took a chance, okay? Don't yell it at me.
That's a good way to do it.
I did.
Okay, let's do that again, please. Things are mending.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now. Taking a chance.
Let's take a chance on, it was the whole bass section.
Yeah.
Let's take a chance on, let's take a chance on. Okay? Let's do that again, please. Things are mending.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now. Taking a chance, I took a chance. Go take a chance on. Let's take a chance on love.
That is so much better. Oh my goodness. Now let's go back and pick up just a couple little things. In measure 54, we've got things are mending now. We're getting a press in there. I see a rainbow blending now. Can we fix that, please? Sure. Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. Okay, say in your normal voice. Don't do anything weird to it. Okay, let's do that again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending
Okay, do that one more
now.
time. Bases, don't take a breath between there.
There's a,
There's no breath between now and I see for the bases.
correct. And be careful of the C. 1, 2, 3, 8.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now. Taking a chance, I took a chance. Go take a chance on. Let's take a chance on love.
That is so much better. Really? Now, was that really hard?
No.
Did you notice that that work was done mentally
Yeah.
and not physically? That was up here? Okay? Wow, you guys, that's a really much higher score. That was much, much better. When we get to the end of the song, our tendency is to sing it like it's hard. To sing the tag like it's hard and, oh, here's the last page and I'm gonna have to really push it and all that. Just because we want something stronger does not mean we have to be harsh with it, right? We always want to be musical. Always. At every opportunity, whenever you can do anything, no matter what the dynamic is, we always want to be musical. Okay? And no exception to that, you guys. Always musical at every dynamic level, but musical. That was what I want to hear, what you just did. You do that one more time and we'll feed you. Or let you feed yourselves. Things are mending now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now. Taking a chance, I took a chance. Go take a chance on. Let's take a chance on love.
Okay, we'll work on the other part of it, okay, over lunch. All right, I think we can feed them.
All right.
Feed the animals.
Raw meat.
That's right, raw meat into the cages.
I have suggested it numerous times.
What time are we coming back?
So I'm really happy I've changed.
What time do we come back?
1:30? Something like that.
What time is it? It is 12:30-ish. 1:15.
1:15, everybody.
So you have some clear
Yes, but.
So
Yes, I just have to look at it.
You guys will be doing your backpacks, right?
Yeah, there's no.
I don't know. You know, I took some lessons with you. It's really similar to my she can say you just
Because the other part
it's just not baritone enough for me. I need to know exactly what we're supposed to do. Yes.
You said
Is that a doodle notation?
Barb, what time are we back?
1:15.
Yeah, I've got all the vowels.
they say play.
Yeah, I've got them all down, they're everywhere. So I guess I have to, it's like every other minute.
I don't think there's any place outside to eat without getting mugs, so we'll just have to stand inside. Mugs? Yeah, yeah.
Was it an accident?
No, I don't think that would be your problem. You never know. There was a woman who was mugged and listened to the other day broadcast.
We're getting to that
Yeah,
stage.
you, she got,
It's true.
had PTSD.
Oh, well, that's what it is.
Nobody cares.
You know what? About walking over to Pete's.
I mean, it's not about him at all, but my favorite line from a colleague who was also pulling her hair out over people who were not running their rights,
I usually come straight down B and then for
I mean, think
Inwood.
about
It is
all
downtown.
the white men that are investigating that are going to die.
I used to eat at, Bill's all the time, but it reopened different Buffalo Bill's is a brewery. They had great pizza and salads and sandwiches.
Are you lost, Joe?
Well, I have it on my.
You can just write it up, make sure it's
Before we start. Most important. Well, what are you having for this? I haven't seen one. What are you having for this? Okay. Right, anything else? Right, but I don't need the question. Yeah, I remember one song there was one place for some other time, you know. Oh, but we're all
So actually, we can use this right behind us. I have paper towels. Oh, I didn't know very good. Where are you guys? Oh, sorry. Thank you. Fingers, where do you like them? That's true. Yeah. Where do you like it? Come over here. Is it easier to do this or that?
Which is easier for you on your back? I have knees, you have back. This is fine for me, because I did have an arrow. I know I can do that.
Yeah, she's crazy like some of those.
Yes.
I just can't give up one of them.
Here's your water, hon.
Thank you.
Chip closer, it's a chip.
that just too adorable for words?
That is adorable, that is.
I'd like to, for that.
Is Michelle your primary this time?
You have a fork, do you need?
I know, I use my fingers.
You sure, because we have forks.
Yeah, no, I already did, but it's finger food.
Yeah. Where was that?
I probably went there here, but now I know the way the hands are like that.
What was that? Is it chicken broth?
Okay, but it really, I just looked at my top color, it was so great on stage.
Yeah, I like it.
It was really good.
Ice,
And avocado.
Well, the one that was probably one drive
Oh, yeah.
away was that bright green, just really good, flour on it with a tortilla can.
If you could find an icon, I can
It's like,
some of this for you.
More of my time, but.
I gave you.
From
There's a
far
knife
away,
right here.
when I was at Betty's, she said, it was like, there's three of them. It kind of looked like overweight
Here you go. Plant yourself, you really wait.
I know.
Because we had it. Yeah, we did. The green, and it was just like, oh my god. Putting that out loud.
I mean, I could still get the number, it doesn't really matter if I can't see it.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, styles have all fell quite a bit.
Where'd you go to go?
Well, that is pretty good.
You know, that's a really nice Christmas.
Right. We've had our river dust too now for, see, I've been in the forest 12 years, so
See, I can eat a donut.
10 years.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah, we were the original ones with that design and how others have copied this, but changed it slightly so it's still unique, but there was, of course, international, like, hey, who's that changed to one? But they laid a different pattern, a little bit slightly different, basically it was the same. So how we get this of them wave it, because you can't just jump to that. But then it's like, we've had it for so long, it's about time that goes back.
Yep, these are the little teeny things that they are doing.
But I was really surprised to see it on stage.
Oh, thank you, Laura. We're trying to figure out if it was moving or not.
From a distance, then when I got up close, there was exactly, they had the design went the same direction, but they had something on the back that you had laying on the back. And also, but the speech length, can't, the neckline might be. But anyway, but generally, we didn't know. From a distance, you go,
Yeah, I saw my
Physical therapist. I didn't get physical therapy.
You didn't get any?
Till I asked for it.
Yeah, in the first day, there wasn't a very big chorus, it was probably about this bad.
Yeah, they
Working in the house, that was
Not anymore. But anyway, we care about the listener. That's because, you know, most, a lot of drop their thing, we just pick a color. They just go with it, it saves a lot of money. For individuals. For me, it was a pain in the butt, I was about 5 different tops that was getting done by Julia. No burden for a while. So I spent a lot of time turning it over so it's. Those are different shades of, you have to be
And then go back home and have more, and there's different shades of blue.
It may look like a little dry, but it's either flat or
I just read an hour or something like that. Just gray.
Tell me,
Material.
you're gonna work from home or not at all?
It was exhausting. Well, I fell, but
yeah, but I think overall it costs less.
I could have done my job from home the entire time, maybe once a week because I'd have to go to the stock room. or something.
Several of us at the
Everything
same
else could have been done.
store, and it was. Oh, yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Oh my God.
it's always like around the block.
Come to this meeting and sit